So I've been meaning to do a video like this for a while just because I get a lot of people that are dropping in on our Instagram, sending us information or questions through our website and directly asking us at shows if we could do a video on packing. So when I say packing, I'm talking about packing reptiles. And so this video, I hope it'll help, man. Y'all let me know. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Paul with Spheric Reptiles, and I thank you so much for tuning in today to watch this just really quick video, I hope, on how to pack up your snakes for shipping, right? So there's different times of the year. So when it's over 100 degrees, you might want to use caution with any reptile because reptiles are very intolerant to extreme heats. Now, they do better with slightly cooler temperatures, but not freezing cold. So I'm going to say that before you even think about shipping, just make sure that the temperatures aren't over 95 degrees, something that to where you can't cool it. Make sure that they're not below freezing. You definitely don't want to ship your animals when it's getting closer to around 40 degrees. And you got to prepare the animals at the extreme. So if you definitely ship an animal when it's cooler, like right now we're getting ready to ship out a snake, you want to put in a heat pack. This is a 40-hour heat pack. We bought it through Morph Market. You can choose any place that you want, but we got this one. It'll last for 40 hours. So our snakes are shipped overnight, which definitely helps. And then you want to have a cryo pack, which I got this one. I got this one from Reptiles to You. So it shows how often I ship snakes when it's hot. I really try not to ship when they're hot, but if you have to, what you would want to do is put this cryo pack in the freezer overnight so that it can freeze. And then you want to tape this inside of the lid to your container, which I'll be showing you guys how to do that. All right, so now you got your heating and your cooling, your extremes. Now you need packaging. So you can choose packaging one or two ways. You can either use these deli cups that are perforated. And so this would be for like maybe a subadult, or not even a subadult, a juvenile. And this one would be for a hatchling. Now you can go to a bigger size, but with a bigger size, I would elect for you to go with the other option. So, and I'm explaining some benefits of each one. So if you go with the bag, so if you have a larger snake, or especially we're talking about ball pythons, if you're shipping a larger ball python, all your ball pythons should fit in a bag like this. But then if they don't, you can actually ship them in a pillowcase and just tie it up so that you're not having to ship these animals like that often. So you probably won't have all the supplies. But if you do, make sure you get those supplies. So what are the benefits? So if you have a cloth bag, it's breathable, right? A cloth bag is always breathable. When they pee, it'll go straight through. Now, when they poop, it'll stay, but all the pee will go through. There's very little protection for the animal inside of here. If your heat or your cooling pad falls down onto the animal, then they will be hurt. So that's why whenever I can, I try to use the deli cups. So the deli cups work in two ways. For one, it keeps the animal separated, but you see that it's not perforated. There's no holes in the bottom. So if it pees, then it's going to be in here on the animal. So that's why I generally will use, as I'm getting everything out, I'll put a paper towel in the bottom of it so that it'll be a little bit more absorbent. Now, you got to realize that these animals won't be in here more than 24 hours, right? So typically with FedEx, you can drop off your animals. With us, we can go up to 8 o'clock, right? So we go to a major hub, so we got up to 8 o'clock in which we can take the animals. I try to get as close to 7 o'clock as I can. I don't try to go at 8 because anything can happen, but I definitely try to go as close to 7 o'clock as I can so that way the animal is away from our environment and into someone else's hands in just a little bit over 12 hours, we hope. Normal pickup times are around 10 o'clock, 10:30 for most people. That's what you're paying for when you get the overnight delivery. With Spheric Reptiles, we always do free delivery. We just kind of incorporate the price of the animals and the shipping at the same. Whenever we can get a discount on pricing or shipping, then we cut you a break on the price. And I think that's fair, right? I don't want people paying for more than what they can get, right? So that's what we got right now. So something else that you need to make sure that you have either on the box or a label. You need one of these Lasiac labels, which says that it's wildlife harmless and it's a live animal. And of course, you can see here it says if it's a reptile, some sort of invertebrate, or a fish. Yeah, you can ship fish too. So you need to make sure that you have this either here or with the Morph Market box. And I'm not sponsored by Morph Market. They have it here on the box. So if you got to have it somewhere so that the person that's handling the animal kind of knows what's in there. And they, it's not normal for people to ship animals. In fact, when you tell people that you put snakes on a plane, they really don't understand that there's snakes on a plane. So that's something that we do. And the last thing that we do is we have this little thank you card that we put inside of a little packet that we give out to all of our customers, and then give them some swag. So we got different kinds of stickers in this bag, and you can just accumulate those stickers, whether you make them with a thermal printer or you buy them separately. Just make sure that you give the people something. And lastly, put that receipt in there. So now I'm going to just put one together for you since we are shipping something out. The last thing I failed to mention was this packaging. You need some sort of packaging, whether it's butcher paper or newspaper, something. We choose to buy this. Our colors are orange and black. So it just so happens that after Halloween, I can stock up on this paper for pretty much the whole year at a discounted price. So without saying anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and put this box together. So I'm gonna put this box together as fast as I can so that I don't bore you. I'm just gonna really just put it together. So of course, the main thing I'm gonna say is you wanna make sure that you get it taped up correctly. I got my trusty tape right here. This is probably the part that I think most people get right? Everybody's received a package before, so this isn't something that's brand new. What I generally do is a T. I generally do a T where I'm going this way across the flaps, and then I go with the flaps, right? And then I just double up on the flaps. So I'll put another strand here and another strand there, and that should get us going pretty good. The snake's not going to try to jump out, right? And then normally whenever you go to FedEx, those people aren't really, well, the one we go to, they want it to be taped up really good. Now, I do like them because it's like we've had the same people for a while, and that works. Now you have to build it. So the foam insulation goes in the bottom first. And I know this is really loud. And then you put the sides in, guys. So as I open this up, I'm just gonna try to go through this. And you see it kind of goes in like a puzzle, and you just push them to the side like that. And then the last piece fits in. So when I first started doing it, I was trying to get the pieces centered, and they don't work that way. They work in a puzzle, and what this does is this locks in all of the pieces so that they don't fall in on each other. Now, the last part that you have to do is you have to put some air holes in it. So this is the part where I can get a little bit aggressive. You don't want to poke holes through your label where you have your Lasiac. So I just go a little bit further than that. Because I'll be putting a heat pack in, I want to make sure that I put in a lot of air holes, right? Because this heat pack actually needs air to breathe. If not, then it'll compete for the air that your animal has, and your animal could actually die in there. And your heat could go out. So I'm choosing to put holes all the way around just because I feel like that's the better way to go. I definitely want to make sure that the animal stays in the best condition. So now what I'm left with after I use the screwdriver to poke holes in, important tip, you need to poke the holes with the styrofoam in there, because if you poke the holes through the box without the styrofoam, you didn't make any oxygen. And then if you were to put these in without holes in them, so do them at the same time, then you could suffocate your animal. And I just dump all of those out. And so now it's pretty clean. What's next? So now the only thing that I really want to make sure that I do is I want to get this and tear it open. Make sure I can tear it open, right? Now with the heat pack, once you take it out, it's activated by air. So you just kind of wiggle it around. And I always shake it up to cause a little friction. And then if you sit it to the side, you'll notice that it starts to get warm. But while I'm waiting on it to get warm, I can go ahead and tape it down. So most heat packs, well, this one, the unit heat pack, comes with some tape strips that are on the back. And so what I do is I kind of center that and tape it down with the self-adhesive that's on the back. So you see it's on there, but just to be safe, I go ahead and tape this down on there as well, because I want to prevent all accidents from happening. Now, it's important for you not to tape over this red tape right here, because that is how you could that's how you will extinguish all the heat. So this has to breathe, and that's why this red side is out, so that it can breathe. But that's going to be good right there. You don't have to put tape on all the sides. You can put tape just on 2 of the sides. And as you see, it's here. And then what I do is I just shake it up some more just to get the heat activated. And that's that. And so now what do? I've already weighed everything. I know that all of the animals put together, don't weigh over 3 pounds. So I just estimated it's 3 pounds. And that's a pretty good weight for a hatchling, right? A hatchling with this box, which is an 8x8x7, it's under 3 pounds. It's like 2 pounds and maybe 2.5 pounds at the most. And so I just put some of this nice colorful stuff in here, just the stuffing. And this will keep your animal from rattling around. Can you look up here? This will keep your animal from rattling around. So now the only thing that I have left to do is to get the actual animal. So I have my air hose already poked in here all the way around. So now I can get him. And this little guy, who is this that I'm grabbing right here? I know the number. This is bluegrass. So bluegrass is it's a pastel that's double heifer, clown, and pied. This snake is going to Brooklyn, New York, all the way from Texas. So I'm really excited for him to make this journey. He's a great eater. He eats frozen thaweds like most of our animals. And it doesn't matter whether it's a mouse or a rat pup. So I'm going to go ahead and put him inside of here. And it's still kind of snug for him, but I'd rather it be kind of snug than for it not to be. So one of the things that we do at Spheric Reptile, we have this QR code that's with our Husbandry Pro, and I just go ahead and send that off with the animal as well, so that they can have that in case they have any other questions. They can scan it, then they can also see and ask us questions about what's going on with the animal. And so I'll put that in with the swag pack. And then I always sign my little thank you cards that we have from Spheric Reptiles. So y'all are going through an actual packing today. And so once I put this back in here, this is basically it. All I have to do now is put this animal in here, and then we're all ready to go. So I fit them inside, and you kind of make a bird's nest so that he can fit in there like that. Then I just stuff in enough of the stuffing so that he actually fits in nice and comfortably. And I can always add more. So that's the one benefit of having the stringy strings, is that you can do it like that. And the main reason I want to put something on top is because I don't want this heat pack to be anywhere close. I want it to give off heat, but I don't want it to actually fall down on top of anything with the animal. So now that we have that, I can put this right on top, and I put this on top. All I have left to do now is to just seal it up. So, hey guys, I hope this video was helpful to you. It's not one that we did before, but I just wanted to show you guys how quickly you can do it. Of course, I'm talking and shooting a video, but typically this should take you about maybe 5 to 10 minutes max to do all of this. So if nothing else, guys, let me know by liking and subscribing. Let me know what you think by commenting. And if nothing else, enjoy your time that you spend with your reptiles and cherish that time you have with your family. Thank you.